At this time, I'd like to call a regular meeting to Wallingford Inland Wetland Watercourse Commission to order. The time is 7:04 and the date is October 1st, 2025. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance to the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States for which it stands, one nation, under God,
one nation, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Carolyn?
Caroline Reynes.
Eileen McKean.
Nick Kern.
Jim Vitale?
Deborah Phillips,
Michael Caruso.
Jeffrey Necchio.
Jim Heilman.
Aaron O'Hare, environmental planner.
We have a full slate tonight, so the regular commission members will be the voters tonight. Okay, going on is the regular meeting, minutes of the regular meeting of June 4th. There was a correction into the minutes, and I believe it was generated, and the correction is on the rear of the planner's report for what date?
August 29th.
The 29th. Deb?
I'd like to make a motion that the minutes of the regular meeting on June 4th, 2025 be approved with the corrections in the environmental planner's report of August 29th, 2025.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments? All in favor? Aye.
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 I did that one a little differently tonight. Okay, minutes for the regular meeting of July 30th. Is there any corrections or modifications?
Yes, there's a correction to the name of one of the applicants on page 3, number 6 on the bottom, A25-6.2. It's not Linda Scalise, it's Laura Scalise. And on the top of the next page, her name in the first line, it has to be corrected, and in the two motions.
Does the secretary understand what the issue is?
Yes, I have that.
Okay, very good. Any other comments regarding the minutes? I'll entertain a motion to approve or deny.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting on July 30th, 2025, with the corrections of changing the name of the applicant to Laura Scalise in 4 places.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. Any discussion? Call for a vote. Nick?
Yes.
Deb?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
Yes. The minutes of the regular meeting of September 3rd, there are none because that meeting was canceled. Okay, old business, A19 3.7. Are they ready for bond release?
No.
Okay. The application A25 6.3, 287 Hall Avenue, Town of Wallingford. Seems like a pretty simple request. They're creating a trail around Community Lake and they're cleaning up a pile of old tires. Has the commission got any questions? Does that need significant activity also?
We do that every time, so yes.
Okay, so I'll make a motion regarding significant activity on this application.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that application A25-6.3, 287 Hall Avenue, Town of Wallingford, Town Planner, trail footbridge installation and removal of old tires be deemed not a significant impact activity.
Second?
Second.
Motion made, second. Any discussion? Call for a vote. Nick?
Yes.
Deb?
Yes.
Mike? Yes. Jeff?
Yes.
Yes. Now I'll entertain a motion to approve or deny.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to point out that the applicant is here.
What do you want to say? Is ready to vote on it?
That's fine, if you had any questions for him.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that application A25-6.3, 287 Hall Avenue, Town of Wallingford, Town Planner, trail footbridge installation and removal of old tires and stream be approved as submitted.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion?
I just have one question. Is there an adult with this application that's going to be working with him? This is the extension.
I'm sorry, I'm not picking you up. Please speak again, Mr. Kern.
Do what, Sandy?
I'm not hearing.
Louder.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is there somebody that's working with him as far as removing the tires, or?
Yes, I'm going to be working with the Trails Working Group to remove the tires and maybe Public Works, even if that gets to that point.
All right, so he does have adult supervision to do it.
Yes, yep.
Okay, thank you, Kevin.
Any other comments? I'll start at the other end. Jeff?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Deb?
Yes.
Nick?
Yes.
Yes. You're all set.
Thank you.
Okay, application A25 7.1 Ton Mansion Road, remove existing garage and reconstruct. That was administration approval granted on September 4th. I don't think there was anything. Aaron and I kind of went over it. It seemed to be okay. Application A25 8.1 32 Cardinal Drive. This is a shed removal and replacement, so it's kind of on the same footprint. Again, it was going over with Aaron. It seemed to be a reasonable request, and it got administration approval. Application 24 2.1 155 East Street, Fergie, bond release. Is that ready to go?
No, I was actually there
Okay,
today. No.
Let's see, going on to receipt of new applications. Two new applications that we have. We don't need to do anything with those two tonight, right?
Right, they're new applications.
Right.
Or you received them, Mr. Chairman. Please just say we received them.
We received them.
Yes.
Okay, going into reports and proposal, this is getting to be a stronger and stronger an issue, and maybe not for tonight, but I think that we're going to have to spend some time on probably, do you have a list of fines by other towns, and for what fines and how much money?
No, I
Well,
could,
why don't you work on getting that?
okay.
Okay, Farm Hill Detention Basin, no bid out on that yet?
Town planner, is he still here? No, he left. He is in charge of that.
I won't even go there. IWWC application form, I think it's better. I haven't had a chance to really study it. I know you sent a sample comment out. Jimmy made some good points. Has anybody else got any comments regarding it?
That's for the draft you're referring to?
Yeah.
I did come across some information from out of state, actually, on how they went about doing this kind of thing, and I put it together. I'll just submit it to Aaron to review. If there's anything of use in there, fine. As an example, they give a chart form for what an applicant might want to do. And so they can pick from something rather than have them try to figure out what it is they're doing. Oh, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, etc. Now, in this, because it also included coastal areas, there's stuff you wouldn't even consider. But I think the format might be useful. I'll let Aaron look at that and make a decision of a possible application or insertion into what she's already done.
Well, I think there's no question. I mean, as many of the applicants are not familiar with our regulation and everything, and I think you're suggesting having a box, is this filling a wetland, is this crossing a brook, that kind of thing?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that would be, I think, excellent. Have those categories and they can just check off the box.
Right, and the only other thing that I might want to add to that is a possible two-tier kind of application, one that's commercial, one that's residential.
When you say residential, you're meaning like a single area homeowner?
Yeah, someone who is unaware of the ropes that they have to go through.
Yeah.
Whereas someone doing it commercially, I'm more likely would have experience, at least some attorney-level experience for a commercial establishment.
I think if Joan Malloy was still in the game, she would jump in and help generate
Oh, sure,
the
yeah.
application. She did with the correction of the upgrading of the regulations.
Okay.
Could I ask on that last point, would you want two separate application forms or on the same, this is for homeowners, then you go down below, this is for developers, or two entirely separate ones?
I would say you'd keep it integrated to one, but two different sections. If you're a homeowner, you do this. If you're commercial, you might follow a different path. I'll leave that to your discretion. I really don't know.
All right, and you're going to email me that? The
I
other-
have it here, and I'll give it to you tonight.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. So, Mr.
You know,
Chairman,
the homeowner application could be a single page. I'm not so sure it's not
Precisely. yeah.
separate.
I don't think it needs to be separate.
You don't think it should be separate?
Jimmy, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
really
just-
don't know. It's just providing food for thought with this.
Well, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we've been notified of pesticide treatment in a couple of locations, one at Wheeler Tradition Golf Course and Tuttle Avenue. Okay. All right. Okay, we're going into J under violations, and the violations, we'll just go down quickly. 55 Kendracky Lane, that's the driveway crossing. No change in that?
no, but I just checked this week. They haven't sold it yet.
All right.
So
Number
this,
two, the violation, I am the Walrus property right there. That has changed. Have you got an actual count from Sigmund?
no, and they haven't put any trees as of this moment, no new
A
trees.
violation at 1245 Old Colony Road. That's nothing changed, which is a shame. That's only been, it's only been 2-3 years. Okay. 67 Schoolhouse. What's the status with, what did Janice say? Did I see her wrote, or did she get back to you?
No,
Okay. 24 Maplewood Avenue, Clark. Any update with her?
yeah, there was a little movement. I got a very frantic call from the neighbors saying, she's putting in a pipe right now, drive over here. So I jumped in my car, got over there. I was so thrilled. He says, it's right where you want, where the water comes in, and blah, blah, blah. So I was so thrilled. She was finally putting in what the commission wanted. And guess what? It was on the other side of the property. It was nowhere near our jurisdiction, nowhere near it. So it was concerning draining her pool, like making sure her pool doesn't crack on the far side of the property.
And where's the water go when it's going to go down that pipe? Where's it outlet?
The new one that by the pool, it outlets in the middle of her backyard.
Of this Clark's backyard?
Yes, of her own. It doesn't hurt the other people up the hill at all.
So Clark, has Clark complained about that?
The
This
ones
Clark,
up the
Pat
hill,
Clark?
yes, the ones behind up the hill said,
No,
oh, they were afraid
Pat
of,
Clark, has she complained about where the pipe is outletting?
she put it in. No, she didn't complain.
Who
It's
put
her
it in?
pipe.
Who put the pipe in?
Patty Clark put the pipe in. Heidi and Tim Clark called me up frantic. That it
Patty
was,
put the pipe in.
yeah. So I was excited that maybe she finally saw the light and was putting in the pipe that we've been after her to put in for 3 years, 5 years. And
Well,
I got up there and it's a pipe, it's not where we want it. It has nothing to do, it's not even in our jurisdictional area, so it's, I was very disappointed.
Has she taken down the berm between the two properties?
No, but honestly, the berm is this high. I mean, it's not like a berm.
I don't care if it's 1 inch high. She doesn't deserve to have a berm. That was the natural flow of water through there. So how does the water get in the pipe that she put in?
It's coming from the other side. It's coming from closer to East Main Street. It comes from that side, the west side.
Coming from the west side of the property, going all the way across the backyard.
Well, it goes to her pool. No, it interferes with the west side of her pool. It'll make it crumble over time. So she doesn't want that. It's already done it once. So she said, okay, that's it. I'm not going to repair this pool constantly. So she just hired a contractor to put in a pipe over there and bring it back around on the north side, but it doesn't even enter our 50-foot area. It almost does, but it doesn't.
And it does drain towards the wetlands. That's been an issue.
It ultimately, yes. Yes, it will go there.
Okay. All right. Before we get into violations, there's one other issue that's not on the agenda, but yes, it is. G, elections. Everybody's here, even though it only needs to be the regular members to be here. But is there anybody who wants to change the existing office, selection of officers for the commission? If I don't hear any, then I'll entertain to have the, go ahead, I think, entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that the secretary cast one ballot for Jim Vitale for chair, Debbie Phillips for vice chair, and Nick Kern as secretary.
Motion made, is it seconded?
Second.
Motion made and seconded, any discussion? Call for a vote. Nick? Yes. Deb?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, you all set? All right. Now, okay, this is the main attraction tonight. We have a violation, application / violation / all kinds of things going on 360 Woodhouse Avenue. Now, there's all kinds of reports flying around, there's all kinds of stuff flying around. We're gonna take each item, in fact, Aaron, why don't you go down, we're gonna take a 2-minute break. Aaron's got something she wants to share with us, it's down on her computer in her office. I'll say to you, oh, Alvin has put a pipe in on Tim Clark's property, the drainage. That's what I thought you was talking about. Okay, I don't think he's quite got it in yet, but what a mess out there. Something like that. We'll see if we can get the thing. There's like 5 issues here going down. I'll make the 9 o'clock deadline for Jimmy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is, and she had 60 days to do it, not in the last 6 hours. And her copy broke, her copy machine broke. Anyway. No, I think it's age group probably. I can't actually tell you exactly. But he was getting scarce to find, and I mean, one of the applications says he's gonna generate a report, I don't know, is it Center Street? But one of them. Center Street's been going on for a couple of years. Yeah, maybe it's the I don't know. The other, you know, something could be Myers. There's a change of name on the permit. I think it's Bristol Myers, and I think that's, I'm not sure if that's generated some issues there.
Might be.
But there's a lot we can do before we get to this.
We're back live. Okay, this is, it combines with an application and a violation of 360 Woodhouse Avenue, Mr. Tello, I believe. Okay, now, there's an original cease and desist that deals with the chicken coop. Is that correct, Aaron?
Yes.
And we've issued a cease and desist for that chicken coop. And a removal, a cease and desist and a removal.
cease and desist was in June for the removal, and then in July, we amended it to allow that removal.
All right, but there, right at the moment, there's still a motion that the chicken coop is to be removed from the property, or from the wetlands.
What the commission needs to do,
Never mind what the commission needs to do. I'm asking you, is there a motion, is there a cease and desist and removal of the chicken coop in effect at the moment?
yes,
Okay. So there's a motion to move the chicken coop out. The modification, there has to be a modification to the cease and desist that allows them to move the chicken coop out. Because right now, when you issue a cease and desist, then there's no, he's not allowed to move it. So the chicken coop has got to go. Anybody, there's nobody changing their mind about that or anything? All right. So number 2, the chicken coop and shed, all right? Aaron has generated a new motion to see if everybody's in agreement with that allows him to remove the chicken coop under the cease and desist. Okay. Then I'll entertain a motion to deal with the chicken coop. Item 2, motion A. Okay? Want to make a motion?
if I may, Mr. Chairman, I think what we're doing now, you see, we approved it July 30th. I think we're reaffirming that, what we did on July 30th, because the owner wasn't here on July 30th. So we are reaffirming that we still feel that way. And what you have the new piece that you have in your hand now puts a time limit on it. Because he hasn't removed it, it's been since July 30th, it's still there. So for any action you're gonna take tonight on this property, you gotta put a time frame on it. And it could vary, it could be 1 week or 2 months, whatever is appropriate.
Okay, let's just discuss that at the moment then. How much time, the commission, how much time would you like to grant this gentleman to remove the coop? 30 days?
30 days.
There it is,
Okay,
30 days. 30 days it is.
all right, so the motion is, you hear, you need a bunch of things. You need amend the cease and desist. We reconfirm that the coop has got to go.
Reaffirm.
We're giving you 30 days to move it off of the site, and we're amending the cease and desist that allows you to do that.
What about the shed?
Not off the site, out of our jurisdictional area, yes.
Out of the wetlands area. And the shed, the coop and the shed.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to reaffirm the cease and desist order on 360 Woodhouse Avenue, near Otello, to, concerning the chicken coop and the shed, to reaffirm that he is allowed to move the chicken coop and the shed out of our jurisdiction site within 30 days.
Can we amend the seconded?
And then we're amending the cease and desist to allow you to do that.
And we're amending our cease and desist order to allow you to do that.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, before you call for a vote, could you tack on what's on page 2 of what I just handed you a few minutes ago? On page 2,
I've got page 2. What do you
under the
asking?
motion, it goes on about you have to discuss, you want the foundation out? He put a foundation under that chicken coop. Does the actual cement concrete foundation get to stay in the marsh, or does that go out?
I think that should go out.
Yes.
I think it should be brought back to original condition.
And as far as the soil, if you get a hole, there might be a hole there. So does it just let it be, let the hole be, and nature will fill it in? Or should he get organic material and import some organic material? Or just let it be?
How big is the foundation? How thick is the foundation?
It's about 20 by 16.
Yeah, but is it a poured pad? I'm asking you, is it a poured pad?
I don't know, I see the stacked, we have photographs, I see the stacked foundation. I don't know
You
if
got
it's,
the foundation and you got a poured pad. All right. Okay. All right. So are we adding to this motion now? And the shed, the chicken coop, and the foundation and the concrete, all to be removed outside our jurisdiction.
All right, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to amend the motion that, to reaffirm the cease and desist order and allow Mr. Tello to remove the chicken coop and the shed and its foundations out of our jurisdiction area within 30 days.
There's a motion made. Is there a
Second.
Second, motion made and second. Any discussion? Call for a vote. Nick?
The only discussion I have is back in June, I made it clear to the applicant that we wanted them to be removed from the site or to be removed. So now we're back in here 2 months later, talking about the same thing. So
Well, the corporate counsel, town attorney's involved in it this time.
well, I hope she's got more pull than we do then. Okay, yes, yes for it.
Deb?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
All right. You see the confusion there, and this is why it's so important to have this stuff out in the packet on Friday night, not the night of the meeting. Now, going on to all right. I want to come over. Was there any other, not any after-the-fact permits? Was there anything else on this voted, this application or this violation? It was just the removal of the coop and the shed, correct?
well, and to cease anything else in
Yes,
the
and he's
property is
done-
to cease
And, okay,
and remove those two things, yes.
all right.
I will point out, there was a lengthy environmental planners report that went out in your packet on Friday, dated September 26, which gives a lot of steps that we should go through tonight.
No, well, let me work on this, because you have these issues, you're gonna go on, and I hate to see this thing become more confused than it is. But I want to point out that the map that she generated and mailed this email, there happens to be two boundaries by two different soil scientists, but the second soil scientist is not here tonight, so the town attorney recommends that we don't go by the second soil scientist, we go by the first soil scientist, and I don't know if we can't blend some of this together or not, I'm not sure, but it gives the commission an overall picture of what's going on. I mean, then she colored some things up, and I'm not sure if that's necessary at the point. But the next thing that takes place is the pool, okay? Now, did we give him a permit for the pool?
Yes,
Okay, we gave him a permit for the pool because just a tidbit of the pool was in the upland review area, just a tidbit. Since then, the gentleman has put a hot tub out in the upland review area. He has expanded the patio well into the upland review area. So he's in violation from that permit for the patio. So that's number 3. To remove the unpermitted hot tub installation and the rear eastern portion of the patio facility installation, an area 20 feet by 100 feet long, and remediate this demolition activity in the area by installing seed, all to be completed within a 1 month time. That's her one option for that operation there. The second, alternative B, is to file an after-the-fact application to allow the hot tub installation to remain after completing the removal of the rear eastern portion of the patio facility installation. All right? So, I think the first thing is, is this extended patio area. How does the commission feel? It was done without authority to expand the patio. How's the commission feel about it? Comments? No comments, Jimmy?
Would you repeat that, please?
What's that?
Would you repeat that, please?
Okay. We gave him a permit for the pool,
Right.
and I think there's probably some area around the pool as being a patio. But this gentleman took the liberty and added something like another 25 feet to what was requested, 25 feet by 100, and he put a hot tub on it. So there's a patio sticking out into the upland review area. The question, I think, falls into, if he had come into it at the beginning originally, would we have granted it, or would we have cut it back? I think that's the kind of question that goes on here. So, commissioners, it's more the aggravation that he did it on this.
One of the things that makes, this whole thing is very difficult.
Pardon me, if you could speak up.
Yes, I'm sorry. We have two situations of the shed and the chicken coop, both of which are very significantly into the wetland of the original wetland area. We also regulate the upland review area. We look and determine whether or not they should use the upland review area. In this case, all of it was eliminated, ignored. It just doesn't exist as far as the application shows here. I think it's a very generous offering for the commission to allow them to take the chicken coop foundation, et cetera, and move it into the upland review area. The same with the shed. I think that in itself is an extremely generous offering. I think the biggest issue that the commission faces here is, number one, we have regulations that do not allow this kind of an activity to take place. So we have really an excessive violation of our regulations going on here. And if we do not support our own regulations, we might as well not even have them. If we ignore what has gone on here, it opens the opportunity for anyone else to inadvertently or otherwise create this kind of a situation again, which we would have to face. I think it behooves us to follow our regulations to the extent of the law and perhaps be generous in a certain degree with the pool situation the way it is and negotiate that aspect, but get everything out of the wetlands, at least in the original format. We don't have the other person here to judge, and I agree with the attorney if there's no use. And the only other thing we could look at is an original boundary, which may or may not exist, because this particular area may or may not have been flagged to this level of accuracy in the past. So as far as I can see, we have two individuals looking at the wetlands, and they are different. We're going to go with the original by the attorney's recommendation, and I repeat, I think it'd be a generous offer to allow them to stay in the upland review area with the coop and the shed, get them out of the wetlands, and then we can discuss whether or not you can leave anything else in that upland review area.
Well, Jim, just to be clear, I think the motion took the shed and the coop out of our jurisdictional area.
Oh, I think it should,
So that means not in the upland review area.
that's even more, yeah, I'm being overly generous then, yeah.
Well, you got to take it outside the upland review area. The coop and the shed.
Okay.
I think that's how the motion reads.
And it's also what was approved in July, and we reaffirmed the same thing.
Okay.
out of our jurisdiction.
Yeah.
So on.
All right, so your suggestion for us to consider is possibly leaving the patio in the upland review area?
Only because of the fact that the upland review area that we have here was originally a farm area. And we're not going to change that character in any significant way by allowing that somewhat agricultural activity to persist.
Okay. Comments, Jeff? Comments. Mike?
No comments.
Debbie?
No comment.
Nick?
I'm just concerned about the drain pipe he's got in the back coming out to the front. Aaron's got it addressed as new drainage. So actually, the wet area where the hot tub and the patio extend,
That's one of the next ones down.
okay, so we're going to
Okay,
talk
the
about that next.
Western drainage.
Yeah, because
Yeah, drainage is an issue here, but I think we're talking about the patio right now.
right, the hot tub and the pool water, where is it going? Is he dumped it on the earth? Because according to the pictures, there's nothing but dust there, dirt and dust. There's no vegetation, it's all gone. So not that I want to argue with Jim, but I don't agree that the hot tub and the extension on the patio should stay there. It should go back behind our jurisdiction and then go from there, because he's just done what he's done what he wants to do and hasn't taken anything into effect. So,
Ally, comments?
I agree with Nick.
Caroline?
Yes, I would also agree with Mr. Kern, just because, in the interest of equity and, we can't have everybody just doing whatever they want. But I do have a question. Was this the property that we thought might have had an underground spring on it? Because then I'm even more concerned about leaving anything at all.
Well, as I recall, there was a pond in the upper corner of this property up on the Harrison Road, and there was actually a running brook that kind of came down across all that on Woodhouse Avenue across. All right, so the commission is kind of split. Yes, Mike?
I just got one question, going back to the coop and the shed. Are we following this plan for movement?
I don't know. That's the trouble with things getting
Oh,
sent
that-
out.
that
tonight.
was
Handed out
only-
tonight?
This is
That
David
was
Lord's
only Mr.
proposed-
Lord's suggestion.
Is that what
It
we're
says
going by?
D. Lord's proposed relocation. That was just a suggestion by David Lord, not a suggestion by anybody here.
But he wants to put it in the upland review area. We don't want it.
That's
Right.
what I'm saying. Okay,
So
so
that-
we're
that's-
not including this.
No, that's no good.
Okay.
I just printed it tonight, but you had this a year ago. This is a year ago, David Lord did this map.
Okay.
And we were all going with it a year ago, and then since then, there've been numerous violations, so now we're saying, wait, okay, just forget about it.
Okay, so this is out then. Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
All right. Okay. Well, people have shared their comments. I think it's time to enter a motion regarding the patio and the hot tub. So, if you'd like to make a motion, Deb? If there's a motion made, well, it's either going to get approved or denied in a remotion or something like that.
Okay.
Whatever motion you make, we'll address when you get there.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion on 360 Woodhouse Avenue, near Otello. The hot tub and eastern portion of the patio be removed.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any comments?
So they're going to need to bring it back to the original boundary we approved with the first
Who
permit.
was the seconder? Okay. Thank you. Pardon me. Your
Just so it's
comments,
clarified.
Mr. Caruso?
Go ahead.
Who is speaking next? Please, if you could repeat, I didn't hear a thing because I overspoke you.
I'm just questioning, we're going to bring it back to the original line we approved.
The original pool that was approved.
Perfect, okay.
Okay. Motion's made and seconded. Any other comments? Call for a motion. Jeff?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Nick?
One question, does that mean that the pool house and the hot tub and the pool house are going to be eliminated?
I don't think the pool house is in the issue here.
Well, according to this picture here, she said-
Actually, it is. If you go to the bottom of page, the one I handed out just tonight, on page 3, on the motion page I handed out tonight, I guess only Jim has this. I'm so sorry, I have no printer ink.
But listen, the pool house is not our jurisdiction, whether it's got a permit or not.
We approved a pool house 10 by 20 in the Upland Review area
Where
a
is the-
year ago.
Here, on this map, Nick,
Where,
on this map, it shows it, this whole orange band is the Upland Review area.
Right, the color map, David Lord. We did approve a small pool house, 10 by, I have it in here, hold on. We approved one on September a year ago, and its dimensions were 10 by 20. That's what we approved. And then Mr. Tello built a pool house 20 by 20.
wait a minute. In the original permit with the pool, there was a pool house 10 by 20.
Yes. I can show you the drawing.
So you're suggesting that the 20 by 20 be removed and a 10 by 20 put back in?
Yes, as are other departments. Planning, he
Not
got
the
a
other
cease and
department.
desist tonight.
Our department. We
Yes.
already have a 10 by 20 approved for this site.
Yes,
So.
a year ago, yes. Yes.
So, yes. So now you're going to, and part of this motion is to reduce the pool house back to a 10 by 20.
Yes,
Okay. Add it to the motion.
I'd like to amend the motion to include decrease in the pool house to the approved 10 by 20 size.
Okay, so Nick, I think it's your vote.
Yeah, I go back to the 10 by 10, that's fine. Aaron, I'm embarrassed. I think I'm going to start wearing sunglasses at these meetings because I've never seen anything so screwed up in my life.
I know.
A simple thing, like get rid of the chicken coop in the hot tub or the shed and put the patio and the pool house in, is turned into a major, whatever you want to call it. So we look like we have mud on our face because we don't know what we're doing here.
oh, it gets worse, Nick. The drainage goes this way. You think the drainage for everything we're talking about is all mixed up, so we got to untangle the drainage. That's our next step. That's what I'd like you to get to next.
Our next step is the pool fence.
Can I just tell you what happened about the pool fence, please, if I may? I don't know if the Tellos were served yet.
Yes.
They were served by a state marshal today with a cease and desist from the planning department about they haven't taken down the oversized pool house yet. They were also served by the state marshal from the building department for not having pool safety fencing. So what everyone would like me to do is to suggest that you approve right away tonight installation of pool safety fencing. In other words, the building departments, it's state code. They've got to do it. I guess they were given 2 days to do it or something. But it would be clean if we also allow pool safety fencing to be installed ASAP. I
Was
directed.
that originally approved in the pool?
It was, and then he got a notice of violation in April saying, hey, where's your temporary pool fencing?
Yeah, but it was approved in the original, our original approval. If we want to reiterate again that, that the original approval of a pool fence is still in existence. You want to make that motion?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to, on 360 Woodhouse Avenue, near Tello, to affirm the installation of the pool safety fence around the pool.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Is that the temporary fence? Because
That's up to them in the town. We approved putting the fence up. We're not telling them what kind of fence.
I think that
All
maybe we,
pools have to have fences
I
around
do
them.
know, I do know all pools have to have fences. It's just a matter of if it's going to end up going around this massive patio that we're going to have them take out later.
No, it's going to be within 5 feet of the pool. The fence has to be within 5 feet of the pool. It's not going to be out in the middle of our upland review area. What are you shaking your head about?
I don't think it has to be 5 feet. I know it has to be locked on all sides, all sides.
Well, every pool in this town, Aaron, has a fence within 5 feet of the edge of the pool. They have a fence up, a
Oh,
4-foot.
okay, all right, fine, yeah.
I might be off by a couple inches one way there, but I believe it's a 5-foot. Jim, you have a pool, don't you? No? All right, well, I'm just saying, and I agree with Ally, because once we have them pull the patio back, and the fence has to come back too, because there's no sense having the fence out in the middle of our upland review area. Okay? And this will all come together when we have them take out the drainage that's not supposed to be in there, that's draining the wetlands.
Okay. All right, so we have, I think we got 1, 2, 3, 4 of the issues taken care of. Now we're going on to the drainage situation.
I didn't hear any
Mr. Chair,
vote.
yeah, we didn't vote
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't vote.
both on the pool house and on the fence. I don't know if we want to go back to that, or if that's,
Okay, on the fence, we're on the fence.
Yes.
All right, the motion was made and seconded.
Can we amend it to give a deadline for that fence, please?
It's not our purview to that, Aaron.
Okay.
Okay, call for a vote. Nick?
Yes.
Debbie?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Jeff?
yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, the drainage issue is complicated, and I'm not sure I know where to really start. As you read Aaron's paragraph regarding the southerly drainage facility, that portion within the upland review area that conveys flows from the southern half of the patio facility, the eastern half of the house roof, the side yard, and possibly future flows from the relocated shed roof and relocated coop roof discharging to the wet meadow, also known as marsh, located on the south side of the property. Okay, and what's wrong with this drainage situation?
Only that it was, well, let me just say, definitely it was unpermitted. That's one thing wrong with it. I'm not sure, it's not engineered. I don't know if it's sized properly because it's half, he's got a big house, so it's half his roof, you know, it's pretty big. And then I think the neighbor was here before. Okay, they've been contacting me a lot. They're concerned that it puts too much water toward their house on the south. Now, I kind of think most of that water was going to go there, was going there anyway for decades, was going to that south marsh. It does point charge it in a pipe to the south marsh, but most of it was going there anyway, or heading in the southwesterly direction, either over the ground or under the ground. I believe the reason he wants to change the roof leader, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, was it was putting ice on his driveway. Was that right? In the wintertime, the roof water would leave ice on the driveway. So that's why he tied that in. So
what do you want to do about it?
well, you see, it gets complicated because this enormous patio, which is 100 by 100, I believe.
Which is not there, going to be there now.
Right, but it has 8 yard drains in it, in the pavers, 8 yard drains. Some of them drain that away to the north, to the north and to the east and northeast. Some of them drain this way to the south and southwest. So it's split, the patio's split like that.
Microphone.
The patio's split, so when he takes some of the patio out, he's going to have to fiddle with the drainage. But I think most of it's going to go south.
So what, you want engineered calculations for the current southern drainage installation?
I'm suggesting
For
that.
yard drainage?
I'm suggesting, we don't have to do, that's something.
Well,
is suggested.
there's an issue here, and you point out that this is the natural flow, direction the flow is going to be. So, but what do you want the commission to do?
Well, unfortunately, only you have a copy of what I wrote tonight on this that we're
Well,
discussing.
I can read the whole thing, but, okay, here's Aaron's suggestion. A, to submit engineered calculations for the current southern drainage installation to assure Wetlands Commission of its design capacity to be completed within 1 month's time. B, to submit an alternate drainage plan for IWWC review and approval that allows northern portion of this recently installed drainage installation to remove in place but redirects, collects flows towards the west down the side of the driveway to discharge into a swale located near Woodhouse Avenue, to be completed within 1 month's time. And C, once the plan submitted is approved, to install approved alternate plan, remove the southerly drainage facility, and remediate wetlands areas disturbed in the process by removing fill material previously deposited in that wetland area, to be completed within 1 month's time of approval of the plan. Note 1, extend the last 20 feet of the referred drainage pipe is not based on the representation of the submitted survey, which is inaccurate. Location based on owner's recollection, according to Chris Giuliano, but is based on photographs taken during unpermitted installation and depict on Antonin drawings. Note 2, total plan flows to be adjusted to account for future flows from possible relocation of coop and shed and everything. Now, this is, I'm having trouble with this being a personal property. I'm trying to get calculations on personal property on this. What I didn't like in this comment is if wetland got filled with material. That's really the problem. But and you're going to reroute the drainage to a swale down on Woodhouse Avenue. Is that the front yard parallel Woodhouse Avenue?
Yeah, the front yard. That's
So
not,
you're moving the watershed area yourself on this.
yes and no, it ends up down there, and they all end up in the same place,
They all end up in the same place.
eventually. Down south in Tyler Mill
Okay.
Preserve.
I'd like to hear from the neighbor. Would the neighbor like to speak?
Oh, no,
No. You got a microphone right here.
there's
Just a name and address for the record.
if it's on.
Right there. Right there.
Right here? Oh.
Yep.
Give me support. Husband, get up here. Yeah, I just want to give you a little history of our property.
Pardon me.
I am-
Name and address, and if you could speak directly.
Into the microphone?
Yeah.
Sure.
Why don't you lower the microphone for her?
That's right.
That should be able to screw down.
It's okay. My name is Deborah, my husband Stephen. We moved here June 3 years ago to 2 Wheatfield Drive. We're in
Last
a
name?
Satonic. It's Satonick. Satonic. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm speaking for both myself and my husband. We've been there 3 years, and we just want to give you a little history of the property, and it might influence your decision-making. When we moved in June, 3 years ago, it became crystal clear that there was a high water table. We noticed, I would call it a lazy river, coming down the sidewalk on our side of our property on Woodhouse. It was a lazy river, and there was always a puddle in the corner between Wheatfield and Woodhouse. We ignored it until winter came, and the agreement was he plows and I shovel the sidewalk. Well, we had our first snowstorm, and I went to shovel the sidewalk, and I was going up on Woodhouse, and I took a fall. Nothing big, I'm fine, I was fine, but I noticed a layer of ice underneath the snow. I said, wow, this is problematic. And as the weeks went on into the winter, something awful happened. I could have put ice skates on. There was an ice dam. It became like a mini ice skating ring right on the corner of Woodhouse. Actually, it went into Woodhouse quite a bit, and the corner of Wheatfield. And it was such a danger. I'm a teacher at Pond Hill, and I was really glad that they changed the bus stop. It used to be at the corner. The sidewalk was all ice. The road, the state road was all ice, so they moved it up to the top of the hill, which I was glad about. So I said, something is going on here, we need to find out. So I thought a pipe was leaking, so we called Water and Sewer Division for the town of Wallingford. They were wonderful, they came out, they used maps, they had to locate, because we looked at maps, and it looked like there was a drainage facility near the sidewalk with pipes going up to feed our different neighbors on Wheatfield. And they located it, they looked inside, they said they didn't see anything leaking causing all the water. And then they went one step further, and I'm grateful. They contacted the neighbors, they put fluorescent tablets in their washing machines and flushed, and the water came through, so they reassured us that it was not a leaky pipe, because that was my first thing. There was so much water on the sidewalk in the summer, it looked like a lazy river. But now we had ice, it was problematic. So we didn't know what to do, and because it was a state road, I was going to call State of Connecticut, and we didn't have to. The next day, it was ironic. My husband saw about 3 or 4 white trucks. They were walking our property. They were out circling this big ice dam, and actually, my husband went out there, and they were measuring the depth of the ice. And my husband spoke with them, we got a card, and they were very concerned for safety because it was on a state road and it was almost all the way over, the whole road. And you had trouble getting out of Wheatfield because when you stopped at the stop sign, you had to accelerate to go on to Woodhouse. And there was no traction. Your tires were on a sheet of ice. So it was, I can't speak for my neighbors, but we had trouble getting out. And my guess is they did too. So the engineering department from the state of Connecticut told us that they were in close contact with the engineering department with the town of Wallingford. And I said, so where's this water coming from? What's going on? What are you going to do about it? It's a safety problem. He goes, yeah, we know. We are working with the town of Wallingford. We're telling them that it is their responsibility because it's the sidewalk and it's the state road. And he said the engineering department is saying it's our issue because it's on the state road. So I said, all right, let me make a phone call, see if I can find out what's going on because I'm directly affected. I'm an abutting neighbor and on the corner of that property. So I called and I spoke with Tiffany Shipman. She was wonderful and she was very helpful. She came out and said that it was our problem. I said, wait a minute, how could we've only been here 6 months. How could it be our problem? The sidewalk's all frozen, the state road is all frozen. We just moved here. And she said that we had to clean out our swale. I said, okay, we have a swale? I didn't know. So we waited until the spring and she showed us maps and sure enough, it showed a windy swale. So my husband walked the property and it was in the fall. Okay, the fall. He'll correct me. It was the fall. And he walked it, and there really wasn't a swale. So Tiffany came out with her high boots on, and she designated, this is the way it goes, that's the way it goes. And really, I said, you don't want us to clean out a swale. You're asking us to make a swale. And she said, sort of. It had, over the years, previous owners, I mean, it was filled in with muck and mud. It was like quicksand. There was no swale. So she said, you need to call Aaron because it's wetlands. And I did. I did everything we were told. We called Aaron, and Aaron said that we had to hire somebody with a machine because it was wetlands, and you have to be careful with wetlands, a machine that was on the sidewalk with a crane to go into our property to scoop out to make a swale. And I made a few phone calls, and I was pretty upset. I said, Steve, we're going to have to sell our house after 6 months. It was thousands of dollars. We could not afford it. So I called Tiffany Shipman. I said, and then how do you sell your house? You have to give full disclosure that there's a big wetlands problem over here with, you can't just sell it and lie. So I said, we got to do something. Tiffany helped us. She marked out where the swale was going to be. And right or wrong, my husband put on those high boots. He got a very narrow shovel, very, very careful of the wetlands. And all we did was make a swale exactly where Tiffany Shipman told us to do it. And then we went in our prayer closet and prayed. For 2 years, there has been no ice skating pond on the corner. The engineers from the state of Connecticut thanked us, and it's been good. Very little water on the sidewalk. Every once in a while, with a heavy rain, you might see a little trinkle, but the problem has rectified, and that's the good news. So fast forward, why am I here right now? My husband worked many hours. I heard him complain and sweat about making that swale. We didn't clean a swale. We created the swale exactly where Tiffany told us to do it. And the problem was rectified. We fixed it for our neighbors. We fixed it for all pedestrians walking the sidewalk, and we fixed it for numerous vehicles on a state road. And all the kids waiting for the bus, but that route has been changed. They had to move the bus stop. It was too dangerous. So what my husband did, fixed it for many people involved. So now we're concerned because now there is a drainage pipe behind my neighbor's house, 360 Woodhouse, and it's put there illegally, and it's going downhill, literally right to the end of my property. And someone, I don't know who, so I'm not accusing anybody, but someone walked our property. Where that pipe ends, somebody was on our property, and we have pictures. I think we sent you everything through Aaron, and they made a trench going into our wetlands to be certain that any water that's pumped through that pipe pools in the wetlands on our property. So this is our concern. We remedied a problem for many people. Our swale is only maybe, what, a foot deep? It's about a foot deep, and we're careful. My husband goes out there carefully to make sure mud is not caving in. On 360 Woodhouse, there was a very ornate swale. It is like 5 feet deep. There's beautiful stone on either side, so no mud can cave in, and it goes the whole length of 360. My question to the chairman and to the commission, we are now possibly approving water pumping through an illegal pipe, someone else's water, onto our wetlands. I am not certain, and none of us will be certain until it actually happens in the rainy season. Will our swale that we made be able to handle our wetlands and my neighbor's wetlands? Because if the sidewalk floods again, if the state road floods again, I just pray we are not going to be responsible again to clean up that mess. We made it work for our wetlands. So I want you to consider the history and what we've gone through with our property. Do you have anything you want to say? We worked hard to fix it.
I've got a question for you. We have had some heavy rains, okay, since the pipe has been there. And how has your swale handled it at the moment?
Our swale is bone dry. Have you seen anything come through?
It's dried up now during the summertime.
Yeah,
But we've had some heavy rains, maybe June, May.
we have not seen, and my husband's right here, our swale, the swale actually, the only part of the swale we actually identified was right on the corner. After that, there was no swale. We have not seen one drop.
But it's not going into the swale, it's going in, a lot of it's going into the wetlands from his pipe.
You got to use the microphone, sir. That's good information, but I need the microphone.
A lot of the water now, we can't see it because it's all grown in. I can't go out there. It's coming through
No, but I think I believe what the chairman is asking you, are we seeing any water flowing over to the sidewalk? Isn't that what you're asking us?
No, I was interested in what he was saying.
Okay, go ahead.
most of the water now that's coming from the other side, I can't see it because it's all grown in. I can't go out there now.
Is this your property
I
that's
assume it's
grown
coming
in?
from his pipe
Yes,
onto our wetlands on our side. But I can't go out there now because it's all grown in. I have to wait till the fall, till everything dies off to go out there.
All right.
Does that answer your question?
That should do it for the moment.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for giving us the
Oh,
time.
thank you.
Thanks, sir.
And what's your name? Your name?
Steven Satonic.
Thank you.
If I may, Araceli, 360 Woodhouse, we have seen puddles there. I mean,
Some feel they got two.
I haven't seen a change in the puddles, honestly.
What do you say?
All right, we've got, and here again, I'm going to read the other drainage issue, number 5 in Aaron's report. The western drainage installation facility, that portion's within the upland review area, that collects groundwater flows that travel westward down gradient from the wet meadows and conveys them to the north, turning to the west behind the pool house, then ultimately discharge into the wetlands in the swale in Woodhouse Avenue. Her motion would be, motion A would be to remove the lower 58 feet of piping installed without permitted in the upland review area, allowing the flows to discharge into a stone protection area to be provided installed in the lawn outside the upland review area with flows to flow overland, ultimately entering the swale. And to remove the eastern portion of this drainage facility as it was installed approximately 20 feet east of where it was approved to be installed per Wetland A 24-5-1, and to relocate this section of drainage facility in the original approval location and remediate any disturbed areas in this vicinity. C, to remove all earthen material excavated from the drainage swale activity deposited in an approximate 12-foot by 100-foot area abutting the eastern edge of the wet meadow during the above referenced drainage swale and restored to grade. And D, to remediate the restored area with C, all to be completed in 1 month's time. Aaron, are you indicating, when I read this, I get a feeling that the swale, some kind of swale was dug and the material was put in upland review area or put in the wetland? I mean, you got this 12 by 100 foot is where the material was put. Is that a wetland? Was that a wetland?
No.
Was it an upland review area?
Upland review area abutting the wet meadow, yes.
All right, so there's a violation with that fill in there. Is that correct?
Yes.
But you want to remove the earthen material excavated. See, so the thing is just riddled with problems. I don't know, I think to try and get the handle on this whole drainage area, you need an engineer to put down where the drainage from what area, just the drainage flows and where it's got to go, because to try and follow this, I think is difficult for me anyway.
If I could say, I've spent hours on this, I can follow it, but what I don't know is about capacity. I don't know after, with the Satonics concern, I don't know, should we shunt it this way? Should we shunt it to the swale? Should we shunt it over here?
I hope the pipe isn't big enough to handle the capacity. That will restrict the flow from going down to the neighbor's property as a roaring brook. It wants to be a lazy river, which all that side hill wasn't past. If you put a 12-inch pipe in there, down it goes. You might as well pipe it all the way to Woodhouse Avenue. So if it's a 4-inch pipe and that's not big enough, it's going to hold back things and let it meter itself out. Yes. But I think it needs an engineer's design. This area is going here and possibly a retention pond on this gentleman's property. Some other issues, some check dams. I mean, you have that major gully, that there's swale that he built on your maps, on your pictures, right? I mean, there's a major
by the shed. I mean, by the shed, the trench. It's sort of a.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that you.
I could show you.
I mean, you just showed one. Oh, that's the towns. Yeah. Well, I thought there was a bigger one. What do you got in your other hand?
Oh, this is behind the pool house. This is the.
Yeah, but I mean, look at this, look at that size. That's certainly a 6-inch pipe or more. Yeah. I mean, you're gonna have a roaring brook coming down through there. I wouldn't worry about the capacity. I'd be worried about the high volume.
Okay, so this comes around, comes down to Woodhouse Avenue on the northwest.
Microphone.
Here, comes around, the pool house, boom.
But this other one is coming this way and getting the neighbor's property. There's got to be a better design. I mean, if you de-water one location and you flood out another location.
Yeah, it's just that can be tore up real easy and removed from the site.
It'd be more interesting in what's under this, not down there.
Sure, it's just a poured 4-inch slab.
That's
for
probably
chickens.
all.
What's wrong with eliminating all the drainage and put it back to its natural state? Make him get rid of all the drainage he's put in, because he's de-watering his yard, his property.
Right.
So if we can get rid of that,
You're draining a wetland.
well, I'm just saying, yeah, go sit down, then answer me.
Commissioner Kern posed an interesting question. Why don't we just go back to the way it was? What's all this, why do we need all this drainage? What would happen? Well, I think the reason Mr. Tello spent the money and the time to put in all this drainage is he doesn't want to live
Well, he
in a
doesn't want
wet.
to he doesn't want to take the patio out around the pool either.
Right, but I mean, he's trying to protect the ice on his driveway. I mean, there's little fixes that we would all want. Get the ice off your driveway. That is a simple fix, right? So,
How long's the house been there?
oh, he's only owned it for 3 years.
Yeah, the ice has been there longer than 3 years, if that's the problem.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
I mean, you're draining, if that's a whole wetland area back there, you're draining it.
It flows, the interesting thing is it does flow underground. I've been there where it's flowing right into my car. It flows across the lawn, or it used to. Now with this piping, it won't do that. It flows underground, right under the
Is that a wetland?
well, I wish there was a soil scientist here to answer that.
It's pretty obvious. You've been here 20 years. You know what's wetlands and what's not wetlands. What you're telling me is you think it's okay to let him put that drainage in to drain the wetlands.
No, I'm saying all these drainage pipes have a reason. They're not, so, and sometimes we allow drainage pipes for good reasons. That's all I'm saying.
In the wetlands.
No, I want the one that I just showed you in the wetlands. That one is maybe,
So what's going to happen if he takes all the drainage out that he put in and let the natural flow back the way it used to? It's going to come down around the pool and the patio and head south, not in front, not on his driveway, but behind the house. It would go down to the abutting property owner's swale.
it'll
Yes or no?
go lots of different places. Yes, it will,
Well,
but
there you go. If it's going to go a lot of different places, which it naturally did. You're saying it's okay for them to dry up the wetlands so they can have the driveway dry in the winter. But the house has been there since 1960 or a little bit later. Why all of a sudden now somebody should be able to go in there and dry it up?
I think bottom line, it's he didn't get a permit. We permit this kind of activity on,
I'm not so sure that's so true. Without a retention pond or something going on here, you have no control over this onto somebody else's property. It'd be one thing if it was right on the edge of the brook, or if we do it all the time with a retention pond. You're draining into a retention pond, you're controlling it.
So you're saying because he put the drainage in, we should go ahead and let him have the 100-foot deck, patio deck? That's his reward?
not really. I'm saying, I would love an engineer to look at this to understand.
Excuse me. Where are we getting the 100-foot patio from?
How big is the patio?
Because we're throwing that number out and it's not correct. ¿Cuánto mide? It's just like we keep hearing different numbers being thrown out, and I mean, Erin went out to the property. We didn't see her measure anything. We have a survey that we paid thousands of dollars for. It's not going to be used. I mean, everything is drawn to scale there, so
Well, I'm sorry, let me measure it.
yes, because we
got a
need the
scale.
correct numbers.
Jump in, Carolyn.
Go ahead, Caroline.
I'm sorry, I just have something to say because some of the drainage concerns made me nervous, and I think, did Aaron say that Attorney Small had looked it over, the town attorney looked it over? Because it concerns me that we would allow drainage from one property in any way onto another property, because there's like prescriptive easements and major like legal problems, I think, with that. And it's one thing if it's nature, but I don't think that we can approve somebody to just drain what's in their wetlands onto somebody else's property. And I just have to say that I'm very concerned by the statement that was made that there was a trench now and that the drainage was going from one property onto another, because that gets into all sorts of legal issues. Property owners have rights, and I don't think that we're able to allow for that. And I'm sure Attorney Small will have to look at that, or maybe she already is. But I just couldn't sit up here and not say that, because that's very concerning to me.
Right. I would just like to note that there is nothing directly on their properties. There's no trench directly on their property.
That may be true, but you're not slowing the water down as nature had it. If this was an engineered plan by some contractor or some developer, there'd be a retention pond, there'd be a stone dam, there'd be something to control so that only a small metered amount of water would go on to the next property. You don't have that. You have your drains, and your drains are bringing it right down. And where's the water coming from? It's coming from the wetland. So it's a problem.
Aaron, what about the recent retaining wall he put up on that side of the house? There's really no reason for him to have drainage. He's put the wall in. The wall's going to prevent the water from going across the yard, across his driveway. Did you see that? You got here recent retaining wall. They put in another retaining wall along the side of the...
On the north side of his house.
Right. So
Northwest.
that's going to catch all the water the water you're talking about, you had to put a pipe in for. If he takes the pipe out, that wall should hold the water back.
It was supposed to end at the wall. That is where I told him to end it unless he wanted to come and get a permit to put it in the upland review area, but he continued it straight down to the swale. That was unpermitted.
So you told him he could put the drainage. Did he get any permit for the drainage?
I told him he better not. He's got to get a permit if he wants to enter
But
the
you
upland
just told
review
him he had
area.
to stop at the wall. Did he get a permit, any of the plans?
Oh, yeah, that gets even crazier. Yes, he got a permit for a drain pipe to be located on the east side of his pool, on his original pool permit, because everybody knew that wet meadow was going to come down toward his pool and wreck the integrity of the bottom of his pool. The pool company know that. They say, you got to put a drain pipe in there. So it was supposed to be alongside the pool, but instead he put it something like 25 feet to the east. It was supposed to be smack against the pool.
Not 25 feet.
And everything we talked about on top of this was to get rid of the chicken coop and the shed. And every statement you've brought up over the last year on this application, the shed and the chicken coop were supposed to be removed or relocated.
Yes.
So if you go back through your records, the number one issue on this whole has been the shed and the coop.
Right.
I don't recall giving you permission to tell him to put a 6-inch drainage pipe alongside of his house.
No, he came in originally for a pool permit. He wanted a pool. So I go out, for the building department, I go out and everybody wants to build anything. I have to go out and look at it to see if it needs a wetland permit. So I go out and whoa, I see the chicken coop and the shed in the mud. So that's what started that whole thing going. And then the commission decided in September of a year ago to separate the chicken coop and the shed from his desire to have his pool. And you guys approved the pool permit. Now, that pool permit had a drain pipe on the east side. The pool man drew it in. So I went out there and I said to Mr. Tello, where's your drain pipe that's supposed to be on the east side of your pool? And he goes, I don't know. The pool guy was, I don't know. You can talk to the pool guy. So I talked to the pool guy. The pool guy says, no, Aaron, I put it in. I said, where is it? I don't see it. He said, it's under the pool, so you can't see it. And I said, but you drew it about 5 feet to the east of the pool. He said, well, I didn't know how to draw it. I don't know how to draw. How do you draw something when it's under a pool? This is what I do all day. So that's how it is. So it's tough.
What you do is
So it was this
So
big,
you tell them it's okay, the pipe, and you tell them it's, so you run it down to the retention wall.
wait, so then,
If that's not on the original print that we approved, we almost
it
should
is
see the
on the-
original pool print that we approved.
it's, I will get it. It's on the original pool permit. But it was supposed to be in a different place and a smaller pipe. But yeah, it was on the original pool permit.
Well, I don't know how we're going to resolve anything tonight regarding this pool, the drainage. Either an engineer's got to redraw the whole drainage system or get it on a map, but to go here and go there and go there. I don't know if it requires a motion that all drainage should be removed and start over again. I don't know what other, anybody got any other suggestion?
I definitely think an engineer should look at it and make plans.
Well, if it needs a retention pond or
Yeah.
something to slow the water down, discharging to that. The one going down to Woodhouse Avenue, I don't, into this swale. But anyway, an engineer will get a handle on it.
Correct.
Can I just say something about the owner's statement about the patio? I misspoke. It's not 100 by 100. It's 58 by 70. But the drainage pipe in the back is 100 feet long along the wetlands, and that dirt area that I'd like removed is 100 feet long. But the patio is 58 by 70.
Go ahead, Deb.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion at 360 Woodhouse Avenue, Nerio Tello, consultant engineer to retain plans for drainage on the property.
Do you want to leave the drainage as is until that plan comes in, or do you want the drainage to be removed?
I believe we should remove the drainage
Okay, and there should be a 1 month time limit?
within 30 days.
Okay. All right, there's a motion made.
I don't understand the motion.
Okay, start over with a motion again.
Make a motion to have Mr. Tello consult an engineer to make drainage plans and to remove the drainage, all the drainage that's there right now within 30 days.
Second.
Could you clarify that, like to make the plan, remove the drains before the plan is finished by the engineering firm, or?
I think it should be reversed, that we're requesting the drainage to be removed. And then if he wants to replace the drainage, he needs an engineered plan.
All right.
Oh, okay, then so if he removes it, the water's going to spill every which way. Do we need to have him, what do we do with it?
I don't know, what do you do with it?
What happened before he put the pipe in? Where did the water go then?
He's made so many alterations on this property.
Well, he didn't have any problem putting a retaining wall in to hold back the water so it didn't go across his driveway, right? Is that the contour pitch out there? The driveway's lower than the retaining wall? So I get, in my education, the retaining wall is going to hold the water back. He doesn't need drainage along the backside of the, and I think if we gave him permission to put a drain into the pools, because I said, where are they going to dump the chemicals when they clean the pool? And he said they're going to have a pipe in there to dump it right out into the storm sewer on Hall Avenue.
Woodhouse.
Woodhouse, I'm sorry. But that pipe didn't need to be 6 or 8 inches where it's a volume of 4,000 or 5,000 gallons an hour. You know, so if this is the case, we let him keep that drainage in.
Oh, I'm not suggesting you let it keep it there forever, but if you yank it out of the ground
Yeah, what happens? The water can
and
percolate.
we get a lot of rain,
Yeah?
Yeah, and the pictures all look dry to me. There's no vegetation, but the pictures are dry.
we've had a lot.
And if
we've
the
had a
motion
drought.
doesn't say to take it out, then you won't be taken out. It won't get done, will it?
Well, I'm just suggesting if the engineering plan was done, and then we would know which pipes should be relocated, which ones are too small,
Well, maybe
how
if
much
the-
is going to the Satonics property.
Maybe if the motion is to take the pipe out, we'll get an engineered drawing very quickly.
Before the ice comes, because I don't want to be able to go down there and park my car and go ice skating on the neighbor's property. So I'd like to get it done before the ice comes. Okay?
Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Yep.
question I have on this. Originally with the original permit, we did approve the pipe under the pool for the water, because we discussed a pool popping out of the ground. So is this part of the motion, or is the original, are we gonna roll back to the original permit, which allowed that pipe to end?
The original permit the original permit can stay in, but are you going to try to decipher truly, what I'm hoping takes place is they go get an engineer and get a plan back to us regarding the whole piping. Okay? Because I think, and I'm speaking out of turn, but I think if they come in next month with an engineered of the plan, the 30-day motion can be extended to get the piping done.
Anything else added, I'm agree with
Okay.
get rid of it.
You know, I mean, this going down into to this area, other than draining a wetland, am I against it? Not necessarily, but I don't know how to cut it apart. Okay? The one cut is the pool, underneath the pool. But plans don't show that, or they do show it, or the guy doesn't tell you where it is. I mean, it's just a mess.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's our job to straighten the mess out.
Yeah, it's an engineer's.
Okay, so do we have a motion to remove the piping and hire
An engineer.
engineer? That motion's been made? And seconded.
Yes.
Call for a vote. Jeff?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes?
Deb?
Yes.
Nick? Yes. I know that's not what you want to hear, but
Yeah,
It
Mr. Chairman, I had one question. There was previous discussion on reducing the size of the pool house from 10 feet by 20, or 20 feet by 20, back to the 10 feet by 20. I don't think we ever voted. We had a motion and a second.
okay.
Did we still want to
All right,
deal with that?
okay, let me see, you're probably correct, I'm trying to think about, the 10 by 20 was in the permit. I believe the 10 by 20 pool house was in the permit.
Yes, yes.
So the motion is to bring it back to the original part of the permit. Motion's made and seconded, call
Oh, I
for,
don't know if there has been a motion specifically for that.
No, there was.
There was. There
was.
I have it.
I have it.
Yes.
Do you want to read it?
okay, call for a vote, Jeff?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Deb?
Yes.
Nick?
Yes.
Yes. Okay?
I have Mike Caruso, I just scribbled down Mike Caruso, but who was the seconder on that? Oh, okay.
Who's the seconder?
Jeff.
Jeff. Mike Caruso made the motion?
Well,
No.
that's what my thing says.
No, there was a,
Motion.
Deb made the motion.
Oh,
It was previous, it was earlier in the meeting,
Yes.
right before we talked about the fence.
Okay.
It got
Okay.
lost.
Yeah, we moved on.
Okay, Aaron, I'm going to reiterate that we're not going to accept all this paperwork the night of the meeting. If it isn't in the packet, it's not going to be discussed.
Okay. Can I show you, I would like to show you the original pool permit. It does show the drainage.
You know what you want to do? Copy it and put it in the packet.
Okay, all right.
first thing on your agenda is going to be to get the copy machine fixed.
There you go.
Two copy machines broke on me tonight, two.
Boy, have I heard that story. Okay, anything else to come before us tonight? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second,
I'd second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.